What is up everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm back again for another video as I do a review to our 2-1 defeat yesterday, of course, against Rotherham United at the New York Stadium. So first of all, obviously, if you do like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I'm on the road to 160 subscribers, so help me get there please, it would mean a lot to me. Also comment your views on the game and kind of what you thought of it as well, so yeah, I'd love to hear from you. But yeah, I think, the sooner we move on from this the better, and that pretty much sums it up. But we're going to get into more detail now about the game. First of all, obviously the lineup. So yeah, I mean, when I did see the lineup, I was a bit kind of surprised that Radoni wasn't starting, admittedly, because I think that we've seen, how good Radoni has been this season, how strong he's been, and he has been one of our best players. But to see him on the bench, I think it was very strange, really, to do that. Obviously, Kasumu came back in. It was great to see him back in, of course, after, that suspension that he was served midweek. But yeah, so yeah, I just think Radoni, apart from that, I think obviously, I was happy with the team really. Obviously, Nichols in goal, Lees, Heelick, Nakayama, Sorba Thomas, Kasumu, Kamara, Ben Jackson, Dwayne Holmes as the cam, Jordan Rose and Danny Ward up front. So yeah. And I think that in this type of game as well, with Radoni, I think he would have had a bit of space to work with, and I think that he would really have had a lot of joy against this Rotherham side, in my opinion. But yeah, this game was there for the taking, and yeah, it's just so frustrating. So we're going to get into the analysis now. Obviously, let's get into the goals. I mean, yeah, it's so painful to talk about these goals because, the manner of these goals that we conceded, it was just absolutely horrendous. It really was. Obviously, Rotherham do strike first, courtesy of Connor Washington. Great strike, to be fair. It was from an angle. There was no way he should be scoring from that angle, in my opinion. Defensively, it really was awful, absolutely awful. And again, it was the inability to keep possession that cost us in this instance. And we've said that plenty of times this season. Obviously, Lees tried to find Kasumu, and Kasumu seemed to let it run across rather than actually getting control of the ball straight away as soon as it came to him. And then obviously the Rotherham player pounced on that and got stuck in and got the ball. Kasumu obviously then had a chance to get it back, but seemed to be a bit, he didn't really seem to get stuck in like he usually does. Far too easy, for them to play that ball across to Washington, the left-hand side of the penalty area, of course. And yeah, like I said, the angle, he shouldn't be scoring from there. I'm sorry, but he shouldn't. Very poor. Lee's on that side, of course. Nowhere near close enough. And no real attempt to block it either, which was absolutely ridiculous. Obviously, that was, obviously opening 25 minutes. And yeah, Rotherham take the lead. But to be fair, we did respond, obviously, within a few minutes. 4 minutes later, great ball from Sorba Thomas from the corner. He's really, these set pieces really are helping us. Again, finally, obviously a slow start, but we know how much of a big tool it was last season in our success. So I hope we can keep producing from set pieces. But yeah, as I was saying, Sorba Thomas, great ball. It looked like a really good, training ground. Obviously, what they've worked on in the training ground, kind of thing. It's a great ball, finding Ward, caught Rotherham off guard. He was in acres of space, to be fair, and he obviously finds the net. Fantastic strike. And I think at this point I was thinking to myself that, we can get the 3 points now here, but and especially not lose it, and yeah, that, showing that character to get back in the game within a few minutes and then you just let it all go, it's just so disappointing, it really is. But yeah, obviously I want to talk about this move as well. It's a great move by us. Beautiful strike by Jackson, by the way. Brilliant save by the keeper. Put it onto the post. It rebounds out to Rhodes. Obviously he heads home, but the linesman ruled he was offside. It probably was the right decision, to be fair, but I am really confused about the decision of offside, because I thought if the opposition touched it, it doesn't matter if you're offside. I thought what I'm saying to you, I thought that your own teammate, if one of our players played it into Rhodes, or whatever, and he was offside, he's offside. But if it's an opponent, I didn't think it would be classed as offside. But who knows? I don't think anybody knows the rules. Even the referees don't know the rules and the lines. But it's just crazy. But yeah, obviously it was ruled out for offside, so there we are. But yeah, again, Sorba Thomas causing problems once again down the right hand side. Great ball in, and Ward seemed to try and flick it on, into the centre for Rhodes. But for me, maybe he should have just gone for goal himself in that instance. If I'm honest with you, it was at a good angle, so maybe he could have just put his foot through instead of trying to knock it across. Because yeah, he was in a good position to maybe have a go. So then Rotherham tried to scramble it away from that instance, and then they gave it straight to Holmes just inside the penalty, and he strikes, and the keeper saves it. Pretty much easy save, to be honest with the keeper. No real, height or power on it, really. It was, yeah. I think if it would have maybe dropped to Rhodes, I think we may have, I don't know, probably would have scored from that, really. Well, not probably, we would have done, but yeah. It is one of those. And then, yeah, this obviously is another absolute joke of a goal to concede here. So after the hour mark, first thing noted, no one closing down to stop the cross coming in. I mean, I don't really know why we don't have the emphasis to try and close down players trying to get crosses in, because we seem to just allow players to cross the ball in time and time again. I just don't understand it. Anyway, obviously no one stopping the cross. So that was the first fault. Like I say, having all the time in the world to cross it, it's not hard to get a good delivery in. Whereas if you're getting pressure on him, he's going to be a bit more under pressure, and likely is he's not going to produce what he did produce for this one. But having said that, obviously, got the ball across to obviously Richard Wood won the header. Great header, to be fair, but Nakayama's got to be, has got to make it more difficult for him there. I mean, it was too easy. He seemed to duck as well. 3 men were around Wood as well, as I must admit too. And yeah, I'm sorry, but you've got to try and get in front of him, and it's just the basics of defending, and I just, yeah, I'm just speechless, I really am. And like I say, heads it across to his teammate. Again, no one marking him, all along the middle. And Rotherham go and score. Absolutely schoolboy defending. So yeah, again, ball watching in the middle. You've got to stick with your men. You've got to do your jobs in that defence. And if you don't, then you're going to get punished at this level. Yeah, like I say, it's just inexcusable, it really is. Obviously, 2-1 lead, just after the hour mark. So we made some changes about 5 minutes later. Aaron Rowe made appearance yesterday, of course. I haven't seen him in ages. We haven't seen him, like I say, and great to see him back on the pitch. He came on, obviously, for the final 20-odd minutes. Danny Ward came off, and then Jack Radoni came on, which was great. And then obviously Holmes comes off for Connor Mahoney. Obviously we've made another change in the 84th minute. Charles Ondo, so the youngster that made his debut in the last game at home, came on again for the last 6 minutes or so. But yeah, because there are a few take-homes to take away from this really. This result is really deflating, if I'm honest. It just feels like we make one step forward and then we go 2 steps back. Obviously winning at Hull against Hull, and then, a big opportunity to go to Rotherham and obviously, get some points. Not saying it's easy at Rotherham, because I said that in my, preview that it was never going to be easy. There's no easy game in the Championship, but, they were there for the taking. Like I said, they hadn't been in the best of forms. And for me, it was just the manner of the way we conceded the goals. It's not, they were both definitely avoidable. And that was the most disappointing aspect to it. The manner of this defeat feels really tough to take. But there's no time to think about this now, because, the games are coming thick and fast, as we know. We've got another game on Tuesday night. But the reality is it's still not good enough. Our away form has been really awful as well, by the way. We've not won a game in quite a long time away from home, and maybe that's something that we need to really, rectify in the coming matches, because the longer that goes, and it's more becomes a kind of a mental kind of side of things, where it's always on the players' minds that they've not won a game away from home for ages. But yeah, obviously. So yeah, like I say, probably repeat myself now, but yeah, that's kind of what I want to take away. Kind of took away from the game. Rotherham didn't do anything. They didn't really do anything special to me to win the game. We just gifted the goals to them, and that second half was woeful, absolutely woeful. The first half was a lot better, but that first half was absolutely horrendous. Second half, sorry, yeah. Yeah, I mean, we'll touch on something else as well. Obviously, Rhodes did miss a few chances in this one, actually, but I think he'll come back more determined. But yeah, he wasted some really good chances in that match. And probably arguably, had we maybe scored, 3 or 4 goals, we would have won. So yeah, it's one of those. We've got to improve at both ends of the pitch. Even though we have been more clinical at times this season, and we have scored. I've always said that we've been able to score goals, which has been the defensive stuff that has just been really terrible at times. But yeah, it is what it is. Obviously, we want to look at the stats for this one. I mean, it was fair. I mean, they had 10 shots to 4 on target. We had 7 shots to 4 on target. So we had the same amount of efforts on target, but like I said, we had a bit more possession. But like I said, we didn't really count for anything, does it? Said all along that you've got to make most of what you've got. But obviously, it was quite close. To be fair, it was only marginal possession based. But yeah, I don't know what else. I don't really think there's anything else to say, to be honest with you, other than we have to go again on Tuesday. And I'm fed up of saying the same things over and over again, by the way, in terms of the defensive frailties that we're seeing and the gifts of goals we're giving away. And yeah, I just, yeah, I don't know. Like I say, another loss, and we really could have, could have done with, winning games, especially when we're in the position we're in. Obviously, the gap is still 3 points at the moment. Like I said, I'm not looking at the table. It's too early, but like I said, we need to start climbing that table as soon as possible. And if we don't, and I don't know. I'm just lost for words, guys. I don't think there's anything else to say. I'm waffling on now and probably boring everybody. So that is it for this video, obviously. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate everybody's support, by the way. Like I say, it's been amazing to be able to to start my channel on YouTube and obviously grow the channel. And it's, I really appreciate everybody's kind words and support, and taking the time to watch this content, like I say. But yeah, hopefully it is a happier video. Next one, obviously, get today out of the way, and obviously we'll be back again tomorrow for a preview of our game at home. Of course, we're back at home on Tuesday night against Preston North End. That'll be interesting to see what happens there. But yeah, after this result, I'm not really sure I'm looking forward to it. Even though our home form's been fantastic, well, not fantastic to be fair, but it's picked up a lot since, obviously winning our last two. Got 2 clean sheets on the bounce. So, hopefully we can get back to the way we, get back to where we can actually win games and give our chance at, give a chance for us to win games, with our, with defending like we can, and actually finishing chance stuff as well. So yeah, like I say, you can follow me on my socials, HTFTV8. So on Instagram and Twitter, I am on there. I'm not on Facebook at the moment, but potentially might create one soon. But yeah, as it is, it's just Instagram and Twitter at the moment. So please go and follow me on there. Hit the notification bell. You will get a notification every time I do a video, and like I say, you will never miss a thing either. So yeah, thank you everybody for watching. But yeah, this weekend has seen another defeat for the Terriers. We'll have to bounce back on Tuesday night. Come on, town, we can do this. Goodbye, everybody, and I'll see you on the next one.